Hello and welcome to the show. We are back again. It's another Monday. Let's go ahead and let's get some music, background music playing here for you guys. I know we can hear it, but you guys can't hear it, so we're gonna fix that for you. And this should up and make it invisible. Now you should be able to hear a little bit of music in the background. Hello, hello. Okay, yes, you can hear it. Good, good, good. Okay, let's see here. Like you can't hear it. All right, give me one moment. I'm gonna see if I can get this one. Is correct. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I'm Josh, aka Winged Horizon, and this is Hill.
Hi.
Hill is the teacher. Out of your face, eh?
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we're gonna continue with the process painting these Nolzurs Frost Giants. Me and Josh. And while Josh make the technical fix over there
So yeah,
for the lights.
we are finishing up the Nolzurs Giants today. If you've been following along, you've been seeing what we've been trying to do with these giants. Can you explain the different things we've been trying to do? Should we show yours or ours?
No, we're not sure your. Well, I can lend you mine so
Okay.
you can make the comparison.
So this is
Only
the one
for
he's been
showing.
working on.
Yeah, only for showing.
And let's jump this guy over here so we can see.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we've just made some layers on these giants. These are pre-primed models from WizKids. We've only applied some base colors and some washes or shades. It depends on the label or the brand that you're using. Let's get some focus on the giant. Yeah, for the camera. Nice. I've been a little. I got a little forward with that giant just for Josh to see what he can do, or for marking some limits in case that he hasn't seen them yet. To mark the path that he can follow. He has to decide the colors on his giant. It doesn't have to look so much alike or like the same giant instead. So in this case, Josh is gonna continue with his pattern. He had a reference from Frost Giant, a generic from Frost Giant, and we're gonna continue with that one. We're gonna apply today some golden, perhaps some bronze, and we're gonna make some effects to the hair, the leather, and perhaps to the chainmail. We're gonna apply now the dry brush technique and some other layers for remark the details. In this case, I'm gonna go forward with this giant. I'm gonna try to make it look even a little colder, a little more colder to the with the colors I'm gonna apply to the skin. And Josh is gonna follow the choices he's made to the colors he's gonna use for his one. So yeah, that's pretty much what we've been doing. Remember, this class is only the basics. We're not trying to make some contest yet. We're gonna get there in time, but right now this is for role-playing games. We want our characters to perform or to look great on the table. So we're gonna make the quick decisions. In this case, my giant pretty much is ready. If we want to use it for the game, he can go just ahead. But yeah, I'm gonna just gonna try to match this one with his color choices, so it's gonna be ready for next party. for next session of the game. He's gonna start with the Giant Chronicle, and I'm gonna try to go forward and make some a little bit more of advance in this. I'm gonna try to make some details so you can see it. And please, we've having some help from all other modelists. We really appreciate that because it's a community thing that we want to do here. It's not only, as Josh told me just before, not only two people painting, two friends painting. We want to make contact with the community up there. Yeah.
Hey, wonderful. I'm going to just share this real quick here with the community so they can all see that we are live on Twitch because we didn't get much time to advertise this morning. So here we go. Let's look at this camera. Hey.
Hey.
Hey. Let's try one more time. Ready?
Okay.
You're so funny. All right, there we go. All right, they can see us, and we're going to take a screenshot of that. See exactly what we're looking at. Quick question for anybody watching right now. Is there any music on the stream? Because I'm trying to make sure we have music. Okay. Let's go ahead and tweet this.
Hey.
And of course, Twitch, I need to put the address in. I always forget that. And let's go ahead and jump in. That.
Last time we were talking about the wet palette. I don't recommend it for the beginning. It's a pretty good tool. But the problem with that kind of tools, it is important because you can learn how to take care of your brushes, how to take care of your painting space or your painting station, if you want to call it like that. It depends on how much do you want to advance towards the painting. In this case, of course, Josh is learning how to paint.
I know I destroyed most of my brushes because I wasn't using a wet palette. I was using this palette here, this regular palette, and then I used a water bottle, and I would smash my brush to try to get all the paint out of it because I couldn't. It wouldn't come out. The paint just doesn't come out.
Yeah, and you abandoned your brushes. That is a pretty important thing. I'm using a Citadel. You can show them over there. A Citadel water pot. It's pretty good. You can find some other labels. Do not worry, it doesn't have to be Citadel. I recommend it because it's pretty good and it's designed for that. The cap on the flask or the water pot avoids the brushes to touch the bottom, so it doesn't spread like that. Just it doesn't smash your brushes on the bottom, and don't mess with those. So it keeps them just floating, and you just can wash them and leave it. And I have to say that not because you're using one of these devices, let's call it like that, you have to abandon your brushes over there. I do it just right now just to get it wet.
Not everybody has this access to this kind of handle. Most people just have a glass,
a little jar,
and they just put it inside the glass and let it sit. But the thing is, I found like I would do that and it wouldn't get the paint out.
Yeah.
And so I'd have to smash it up against the walls or against the bottom just to get this paint out because I was painting wrong, as you told me last time. I was letting the paint come all the way to the very back of the to the brush.
Oh, to the bristles, yeah.
Like hitting to the back. And last time you explained to me that that's the reason why my brushes are kind of spreading out, is because
that's one of the reasons. Yeah, that's right.
Is because of that. Like these were all brand new brushes, but I don't have any kind of brushes that have nice, solid, soft points at the end, so I can brush in a secure way. It really frustrates me.
Yeah.
To not be able to have a brush that lets me just brush the way I'm trying to brush. Instead, it's like, as you can see in this one, Let me go ahead and get it. There you go. You can see.
Against the white. Yeah, there.
You can't see with that. You have to see it like this with
Mm-hmm.
your hand. You can see that these bristles are popping out left and right, and that makes it really almost impossible for me to brush in a straight line and not get paint in places I don't want it to be. Which means I feel like I have to start over, and it's really frustrating. And because I was putting paint all the way at the end, so Hill instructed me to put paint only on the edge of the brush, so I can keep the brush good. But I think I found that I know my girlfriend. She only wants to use wet palettes.
The wet pads. Yeah, it's a good tip for beginners if you learn to use it from the beginning. We were talking also about the paper. You remember the wax
Yeah,
paper?
we need wax cooking paper, which we didn't. I wasn't using last time when I was on the stream. I was trying to just use we were just using cheap, paper towels, and then trying to wet them down really heavy, which can work. It worked for at least for some people, but what really works, of course, is to have a wax paper and then to be able to have another sponge with I think some kind of chemical. I'm not sure which chemical it is, and then you could just use your brush and swipe it this way, and it keeps your your paintbrush tip sharp. I'm gonna turn this fan off because it should give me a headache.
Okay, and yeah, remember you don't have to have to get the wet palette. In this case, I don't use it, and you can see that my brushes get the right maintenance, like that. In this case, I'm gonna take this out because it's already wet. I don't need it wet anymore. You just have to get out, just twist it
towards you. Get some paper towels.
Yeah, we're gonna get it. We have some paper over here, so don't worry. We're gonna get it as soon as you start with your paintings. But yeah, just some advices for our viewers. And yeah, you do not worry. Like I'm not gonna paint until I get the wet palette or a professional wet palette. Do not worry. Try it. Just start the painting and get the right maintenance to your brushes. If you give it once you've done of doing your painting session with your brushes, just take it out. And also the way that you apply the paintings, it is really important to take care of your brushes. In this case, you can see I make the strokes, or I'm only touching the miniature with the edge of the brush, and there. Once I don't have any more paint, I just get into the water. I can touch the bottom of the pot, but I'm not gonna smash my brushes over there. I'm gonna take it out, a little bit shake, and I'm gonna twist against the towel or against the paper the bristles. In this case, I'm gonna get a point, and I'm gonna get the maintenance. And every time I can, because it happens, and let's show it on the camera. I have these stains towards the edge of the bristles against the handle. So yeah, we try to clean it every time. There's also some I call it cosmetics for the brushes. There's some cleaning stuff. The label Winsor and Newton has some of those. You don't have to get it necessarily to take care of your brushes. You just have to try to use it the right way. And in this case, I have to say, Josh's girlfriend is pretty much. She takes a good care of things because she does things that way. That helps a lot to be.
I think what you're trying to say is I take terrible care of my thing. That hurts so much.
Yeah, you have to see this place, and you can see that he doesn't take care of his stuff at all. Yeah, of course. Yeah,
this stuff is taken well care of.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was being sarcastic in this case. No, you just don't. Perhaps you don't know how to use it or how.
Oh, with paintbrushes, I have no clue. I definitely know that my girlfriend was. My girlfriend's a scientist, so she was in PhD.
Yeah, she's pretty organized.
She has a lab.
Yeah,
and has to keep all that stuff.
Yeah, she knows how to be organized, and she likes order in all her stuff. So that helps a lot.
And I am a very chaotic person that just likes things to work, and when I'm using it.
He's just being modest. to see what he can do with some clay, a natural sculptor. So yeah, perhaps you just don't know how to use it in the beginning. That's why we're here. As I said, we're not preparing you for a contest. We're just painting what we like to paint, what we like to play with in our role-playing sessions. So just ahead.
Let's get these giants painted then.
Yeah. So
because I have a lot of giants that need to go in my games pretty soon, and we only have one giant so far. I have a lot of giants to paint.
Yeah.
So this giant is, of course, one of my favorites that I've seen. I'm looking forward to the new giants coming out in the Nolzurs. They're coming out with a lot of other
a complete line, yeah.
A complete line based on the Dungeons and Dragons storyline.
Hell, oh.
So pretty much these are copies of what's already come out, but they've just made their own copies of it, their own versions.
You were showing us a reference, an artwork last time.
Yeah, I can show that up to you guys.
So yeah, just so you remember, yeah.
Here we go.
That's a pretty awesome image.
So we're going to be using, oh, not that guy.
Okay, no.
Oh, now it's working. Okay, I see what it's. There we go. Now you guys can do the music. Okay, excellent. I got that music figured out. Alright, now here's the other image that I wanted to show you. There we go. Here's our two reference images that we're going to be using today for this giant. Alright.
Yep.
Here we go. What colors should I work on today? What should I work on today? I already did some of the base metals. Here's some leather. Work on the hair.
I would recommend the hair, the beard.
Hair and the beard are going to be the same color. So yeah, what color should we go for?
You wanted a blonde one?
I think he definitely should be kind of a blondish dude.
Okay.
I want him to be kind of a blonde dude.
But blonde like real blonde, like yellow blonde, or kind of like the giant that we're showing?
This blonde here.
Okay, kind of like a yellowish white.
Yeah, a yellowish white, because he is a frost giant after all.
Okay, we're gonna work on that. That will be.
Like
so
this.
We're gonna use. Okay. We're gonna try
bigger, so.
a little bit of this. This is a running dark yellow. You can find it like desert sand, something like that.
Which one are you getting?
Dark yellow.
What kind of one is that? Can I see it?
Yeah, of course.
Ronin?
There's a running dark yellow. You can find it in another labels like desert sand, something like that. That can help.
I'm gonna go with this color here. It looks kind of like a burnt yellow almost.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, and now remember, you always water down your paintings. Also, remember that if you want to try it, I would recommend to go for the chainmail.
What brush should I? What do you mean go for the chainmail?
Okay, for the chain. Also, after you finish with the hair, I recommend to go for the chainmail. Everything about. Oh, so sorry, not the chainmail. We agreed last time that it was like no, this part. We agreed this was some kind of a brick, right?
It's more like a leather, from what I can tell.
This part? No.
It's like a thatched leather.
Something like that. Yeah, pretty much. Right. Okay. Well, also you can cover that part, and also I need to know what kind of fur is this gonna be. You were telling me last time that it was somehow
like a frost wolf.
Yeah, indeed.
A dire wolf.
So that will be a little bit more grayish. So yeah. Also with the same color,
Which
you're gonna cover.
Should I use?
A bigger one, a bigger for those. Get the. Hey. See over there. Yeah, try with this one or with this
look at
one.
all these bristles. I really don't like this. So
do not worry because you're gonna cover.
These bristles are too much though.
Okay, you're gonna use just one of these. Any one of these, if you want to have more control. But when you get to the edges, you change to the 3-0 I just gave to you.
This one, yeah, this is a liner, but unfortunately my liner brush has so many bristles sticking out that
it is dry. Do not worry.
It's wet now.
Now it's wet. Just
Yep.
just do this.
I just did that, and there's still.
Oh, paint. It's gonna be. Ah, no, I can see what you mean. Don't worry.
This is a brush to throw away.
Nah,
Okay.
do not worry. This is a. We're gonna use it as a wash, bro. And in this case, I'm gonna show it to you. Use one, either one, this or two. Do not worry if it is, if its hairdo is. By the way, I'm gonna show you with this one. Yeah, we can work with this, even though, yeah, it has some bristles out, but because this is a little bit more dense, the paint, than just with the water. No, try it. Just try it. Just try to go ahead. If you don't try it, how can you achieve?
I do need some scissors though. I need to cut one of these bristles off, it looks like. I'll let you go ahead and I'm going to jump the camera over to you so that they can see what you're working on. And I'm going to jump out of here.
No, don't worry. Just
you can go ahead and adjust your mic so it's in the right position.
what are you gonna do?
I'm getting some scissors to
Okay, you got your scissors. Just sit down and paint now.
cut.
Too much. Too much excuses to not to paint you. So sit down and
By the
paint.
way, do you want some coffee?
Okay,
My girlfriend made some coffee for us this morning.
he knows how to convince me about letting him go.
Why I play a great bard.
Okay, yeah, they did. I can't deny that because I've seen some of the stuff that Josh does here.
Now this paintbrush is ready. But the coffee is up and ready to go.
Okay,
in the pot.
let's get some coffee.
Oh, I go whenever I put this in. I do go too far back, don't I? So hard not
Do
to.
not worry, just use it until it's done. When it's done, when it's already finished, just do it.
I'm gonna jump.
By the
over
way,
here so you can see.
I have almost 6 or 7 do not worries. So if you're making the contest, just try to keep up.
All right, here we go. Now, which direction should I paint down or should I paint across?
Try to follow the lines or the miniature. In this case, for the hair, you're gonna try to make it from the where it's
Where it
from the
begins?
source, yeah, from where it begins, right? Towards the end. Yeah. Try to follow that natural curve. Okay, as well. Yours is a little bit straighter. Try to follow that. You know what? You convinced me about this leather stuff. No.
Convince you about the leather? Ah,
Yeah, about that part is leather, so I.
it definitely looks like thatchwood, doesn't it?
Something like that, yeah. We're gonna use a bit more chocolate.
Let's see if I can turn this around. I want to make sure everybody can see your work too.
Okay.
I'm gonna try it again. If this video is not working, hopefully it will work correctly this time. Last time it wasn't working. Did it right. I'm gonna make this picture a little bit smaller.
And if not, we can check it out from time to time. Remember, as I said before, for the community, you can also tell us about what you're painting, about your characters, and getting some inspiration about that. In this case, right now, I'm along the week I was reading some of the old.
The hate mail?
No, not right now. No, some of the old stories about Thor, Marvel Comics. So yeah, of course I had to get it because well, I like the Norse mythology. I really like that, and I also recommend a lot. Neil Gaiman's book from Nordic mythology.
Yeah, I have
Nordic
that book,
myths.
actually.
Yeah, that's pretty good because it's it's based on the classic work of Snorri, storyteller. Is that the correct word? The right
The
word?
narrator? Or
No, some people who dedicates to story, to history.
historian?
That's I suppose.
Let's
Well,
go ahead and get your camera situated so they can see what you're doing.
okay. And we get it somehow from here. Towards, yeah, that right. So it will be easier for me.
Alright, just look over here
That's
so they can
nice.
see it. If you want me to, I can jump it over here
Yeah.
so you can see here.
I have to
Is that
mention
better?
that I'm
Is that better
using-
for you?
Yeah, that's pretty
You
nice.
see over
Yeah,
there?
that right, okay.
Alright, then I'm going to move this stuff over here. So this.
I have to mention that I'm using the brush that you didn't like it because I'm covering bigger parts. It's not because I can.
You're
It's
using
not
my
because
brush that I
Yeah.
said I should throw away?
yeah, that one, poor little thing. This is not just because I have to do it and I'm gonna show you. No, I'm just trying to show you that you have to practice. You can do it with almost any material. With this brush, I can even use it for little lines. You can see here on the palette. I'm gonna just take a look at Josh's palette. This is a big one, so do not worry. I just draw that line. Can do it barely touch. And yeah,
I need to focus it.
you can take out those lines. So you can do it with these ones. You have to get control. That only comes with practice. I know that we all want the nice tools, the big things, but we can work with this. We don't have to get necessarily all the fancy stuff that we can. Of course, if we can get it, that's what is done. That's what it is made for. But we have to practice with what we have at hand, so we can achieve. In this case, I would recommend for Josh to use it for bigger parts, beginning, and later on he can manage to work with this for almost any part. So don't worry about that. I'm gonna continue with this one, with this dude. I applied some dark brown, in this case a chocolate from Ronin also. And the reasons that we are talking about Ronin a lot is because it's one of the sponsors, and this is one of the main. This is a Mexican label, so of course this is easier for us to get it. Besides that, it is our sponsor. So, also I was about to tell you to not worry about that, because what kind of bone are you gonna use for the helmet? Is this gonna be a yellowish bone?
No, I hit the leather with the hair color
Ah, okay.
because it too much paint on me. Just getting some of the yes that had gone onto the leather.
To get it out, okay, yeah.
Usually I use a toothpick, Q-tip, but I didn't have one today.
Can get.
Hey, you need to go down a little bit, or put the camera up.
I'm gonna
Put the
turn.
camera up. Right, when you're painting, you see where you're.
So yeah. Also, I start with another kit for Warhammer 40k. Pretty excited about that. And
What's that?
oh wow, there's a lot of kits right now. Right now we're
So which one are you doing?
I'm finishing finally the Betrayal of Cult kit. I'm really excited about that because I want to play with it already.
You have to show me how to play Warhammer sometime. I've never played that game.
No, it has so many different modules. So yeah, we can work on that any of these days. Yeah, be glad to.
It's gonna be hard to
That's
see it
it.
there because that's basically that's set up so when you pick it up, it's focused.
Yeah, I just want to see where I have put it or in some marks. Also, I wanted to show you by using your brush that it sometimes gets better with the use because
Paint, paint
it
hardens it.
gets used to the work to the work, and it helps.
The green is still showing through in this yellow.
Oh yeah, you have to do more than one layer with that one. I'm gonna get some of the straps here over. I'm gonna use a light brown for the edges.
So many bubbles.
Yeah, that's
Is that
because
normal?
yeah, just punch them or try to apply it one stroke and continue. Do not worry if it shows up, if it shows the translucent. Continue. It's gonna get dry, and, yeah, it's gonna get dry, and afterwards you're gonna apply the second. You can get rid of the bubbles by punching them. Okay, but do not waste a lot of effort on that. It's just because you water it down too much.
It's one drop.
And it was too much.
And they can't put any water in it because that's one drop.
I would recommend not to put if you push the syringe to put one drop. I would recommend to use not to push the embol, the syringe, just to let like that a drop fall. I normally use only the water in my brush. I just put one drop like that. Or you can prepare more paint more than one drop of the syringe. Either of those methods may work for you. Just depends. But don't. But always water down your paintings. It's so much better to go slow and apply 2 or more layers of paintings. What you're doing, Josh? Take the paint out with your brush. Wash it down. Brush the paint. Well, that's kind of what I was saying. It is also important that you use the tools that you're comfortable with. In this case, for Josh, he got used to the Q-tips. Helps because he knows how to use them. But what happens when you don't have a? You have to improvise. Yes, please. Josh is telling me about the coffee that. Um, two, please. Thanks a lot. Josh works early in the morning. Indeed, I work the night shift. So yeah, pretty much we're both a little wasted today. Well, we were talking about that also. I don't know if you can hear Josh where he is. He's at the kitchen. But yeah, we were talking about changing the schedule. How will that work for you? We're thinking about making it on the afternoons. Um, so a little bit more of people will
Which do
be
you
over there.
prefer? Bigger or smaller?
I think you take the bigger because I know that you love coffee and you need more
I
coffee.
don't like coffee. The coffee, Colombian.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna take the big one. If you don't like the coffee, I'm poor little thing. He didn't say that.
Just put it behind my camera, please.
He didn't
No, no,
mean
no,
that.
no, no, no. Behind the camera. Right there, in between, in between. Maybe just put them. Yeah,
Okay,
There we go,
okay,
that's
okay,
good.
okay, okay. When you said behind, I thought literally behind it. And yeah, we were thinking about that to make it on the afternoons, so more of you can see us. Um, so if there's any suggestions about that, please let us know.
I am back.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are thinking about doing a new time because we noticed that morning classes are kind of common, but most people are either in their real classes or in their job and can't watch.
You mean I am not real?
In their classes at the schools.
Okay. I was about to cast a lightning bolt on you because of that. So sorry.
I would
well.
deserve it sometimes.
Indeed.
Oh my gosh, I would love to be able to afford to get a real closed caption program. This is a real one, of course, but it's not always so accurate. And we've been finding that out in my other game, where it's been hilarious. I had one of my players decided to go back and watch the game after we played last night, and take screenshots of her favorite caption moments, where it says, like, one of them was "I am Black Sabbath."
Okay.
And I am glad to go back. I am glad I am Portland. Stuff like that. It's just hilarious things.
So it's kind of like the
It's
autocorrection mode for the WhatsApp, something like that.
it feels like it feels like we're on the iPhone and it's doing autocorrect for us.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's hilarious, really.
So yeah, and I don't know. Has anyone told us about what they're painting or what they are about to jump into their games
I've seen
along
some
the
painting
week?
from Angeli, but I haven't seen anything during the
Angela,
week lately.
For those who doesn't know, Angeli is a pretty good painter.
Yeah, well, yeah, she's a commission painter. She does
Yeah,
it professionally.
Yeah,
And she likes to support the show sometimes. Now this part right here, underneath the leather, is really difficult to get. I keep on hitting the leather instead.
Okay, get
a smaller brush.
Indeed, I'm gonna suggest to get one of these because it's pointy.
Or should I get my super insane detail army painter brush?
No, I would recommend to take this little point because this has long bristles. You can use it to get there. And I recommended Josh in the beginning to start kind of like dressing up the miniature. So worry now about getting there. It's gonna be easier for you to cover it later on with the darker color, the leather cloth. So just go ahead with that. Okay, so right now I'm gonna try to jump in with the with a shade for the chainmail, and also I'm gonna
You're
apply
gonna
a
use what kind of
shade.
shade is it? Because I only have a brown one. Are you gonna use a different color?
Yeah, I'm gonna use a black one to get it darker. It will help a lot to get some depth into the chainmail. And also I'm gonna apply the brown one to the letter that I just painted.
Don't mind me. I'm just gonna cut some more bristles off.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Don't mind me, that's kind of hard, you know? Like that poor little brush. It was behaving, where are you? Okay, no, I'm not gonna ask that.
Time to do some choline.
Okay, oh. But then,
Now I'm going to film some brush abuse.
tweet, 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 tweet. Sorry, we don't have the money for the band. You're really gonna do it. Okay. Up. Oh, please, no. No. I have little brushes at home. And a white brush.
Now you look.
Thank you.
There we go. Yeah, look at that beauty now. Look at this beauty. Now it looks like it's meant to be.
Bully. Brush bully.
That
Shame
is a
on
good
you.
looking brush.
Shame
No,
on
it's
you.
just a makeover.
Your brush bully.
I had to give my brush a makeover because it's a much needed makeover. Okay, now it's ready to use. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful?
Indeed, it is beautiful.
Yes, because I changed it. Oh, look at you.
Now it's a level 2 brush.
Oh, it's not?
Okay, so now you can see I applied some wash into the chainmail. I'm gonna wait some few minutes to get it dry. Of course, I'm not gonna have you waiting for it. I'm gonna apply some brown to the letter also. While I'm waiting for that to dry. And let us get some information if you want to make any comments whenever you see this.
I really enjoy our times painting together.
Really, pretty nice. And I noticed you enjoy it more now that you're using the techniques that you already knew. Now you're applying them. Helps a lot. You notice some advance that this
See all
is
these
all
bubbles
about.
I get in here? I get so many bubbles. Tiny little iris.
Stop right there.
Ooh.
We're gonna take out some of the painting, like that, twisting it, just like that, and we're gonna take only what we need. It doesn't matter about the bubbles because we're gonna take only the tip of the brush. We're gonna paint only with the tip of the brush. No. Do not worry about that. Just let it go. You're gonna wash it afterwards. How do you call it? Capillarity?
The what?
The phenomenon where it sucks water through a pipe. Capillarity?
I have no idea. It uses you mean gravity to pull the paint out?
Something like that. We call it here in Spanish it will be capilaridad. The brushes are made to suck literally the paint. You just put it. It's gonna get. It doesn't matter if you try to take it out with a tissue. It's gonna get towards here. So you have to try to take control of that. You're gonna wash it afterwards. So don't worry. Try to apply it. It depends more on that you wash your brushes after your painting sessions. Take good care of them, than to try to protect them.
What you're brushing, by the way.
Than trying to protect them.
If you need to, you can make it go farther back. Camera farther.
Okay. I'm gonna use. Yeah.
Need me to help you? I can
That's
pull
okay.
it back.
That is okay.
Put it back by your shoulder.
No, not that. Not all that. Try to take care of that. So yeah, it depends more on that you take care of your brushes. After you're painting with them. It's kind of like kids, you cannot overprotect them all the time. You let them get dirty about paintings.
Let them run free.
Yeah.
You can just not hit the bottom.
Okay, you can. There's so many times. Indeed, remember, you don't have to abandon them. In this case, this is too thin to fit in one of those, but you just have to wash it. I'm not touching the bottom in this. I'm just shaking it over there, clean it out, and using the tissue to make it a hairdo and to get a little pointy. It's gonna get sometimes like this. I'm gonna show it to the camera. It's.
Oh,
it
yeah, 1
has,
second. You need to get that zoomed.
I don't know. Number. I'm gonna get it forward. You can see some bristles out of place over there. Don't mess with that. Just gonna pick out. But whenever you're painting with that, I'm gonna use this one for showing. Once you take control with this, you can use it normally because the paint is a little bit more dense than water. It's gonna keep the bristles in place while you're painting. So don't get too much worried about that. Use it for the bigger parts. If your brushes are kind of like a little mess, don't worry, just use it for the bigger parts, and when you get to the sharply edges, use a smaller one. And I remember it's more about taking care of your stuff and trying to protect it all the time.
Here, let me get this camera for you. You have to paint like that.
It's only about the point of view, indeed. How long is that? Is that cable length? Okay.
Why,
You
would
know
like
what?
Another angle?
You know what? Yeah, we're gonna put it like that.
In front?
Yeah, here it will be okay. Okay, that's right. Got it. Right. Put it this like that, and just like that. That way they can see exactly what I'm almost looking.
They're a bit smaller right now. I think you're up so you can see how it looks like.
That's nice. That's nice. They can see what I keep more control for that, because otherwise, as I'm looking from the right, I cannot see what I'm doing. Remember, any suggestions, any doubts, just let us know. Right now I'm going to continue with the other parts of the giant, with the helmet, bone. And afterwards I'm going to use dry brush technique. Thanks a lot, yeah. That's pretty much better. Hope they can see it. So now I'm going to use
Albert. Hi.
Oh, indeed.
Okay, here we go. Let's do this.
You monster.
Back to painting.
Okay.
Paint this beard. By Thor's hammer, we'll paint this beard.
Ooh. This. So now I'm gonna start with the well, I'm gonna paint the straps. I'm gonna finish painting the straps on the boots. Again, because there's something like bags that he just found, just some straps to get around and shade afterwards. Give some depth. Nooses.
You need music, or do you want me to them?
That's nice for me, but if you get
That's fine. Here, I was just making sure it came. Microphone.
oh, that's right. Okay.
Into my mic. They can. They can double.
Oh yeah, I see. Of course, it's they may help.
Hello, welcome to the new viewers. We are painting the Nolzur Frost Giant, and I'm working on the beard while he's working on detailing. He has instructed me to use this color and just focus on the beard with the thin layers, and then we're going to be working on the armor again. Our goal is to finish these today.
We may achieve.
Oh man, that
okay.
sucks.
Okay, perhaps not.
No, I hit my brush against a whole miniature. Brush this whole arm and other. Well, I like to have a Q-tip. Oh man, that was a dangerous one. My hand is not steady this morning.
You're a little tired.
That was not going to be a happy accident. This guy has a gigantic beard. If you notice, in this Nolzur Minis, what we've done is we've actually modded them and gave them a lot of hair in the back. Mine still looks a bit green because we use, of course, green stuff, putty, to mold the hair. But with a few more layers, it's going to look nice and yellow. Then I'm going to probably add a shade to bring out the, if I can find a brown shade at least, maybe. I think the shade that I have is, this is black. Here's the other shade. This one's the dark brown, so I'm not sure if I want to use a dark brown though. Do I want to use a dark brown?
For the beard?
Yeah.
No, we're gonna use a sepia, or it's kind of like an orangey. But indeed, we're not gonna use almost any shade for the beard. We're gonna use a dry brush, so that's where you are applying some that kind of color. It depends much on the results that we want to achieve, the colors and the techniques that we're gonna use.
What's the difference between using a shade and using a dry brush?
The shade's gonna make our colors darker. Gonna make a little step forward on the shadows on the model. It's gonna remark the crevices because it's gonna go underneath, make them darker. And it's gonna make our colors darker, as I said. And the dry brush is just like the same color that we're using, and we're gonna add some brightness to the colors. We're gonna make it we're gonna use brighter color to give some light to it. Indeed, we may use both of them. We can use one color, make it darker with the shade, and afterwards we can make the use of a dry brush to make it pop out with the light
details.
Yeah, but in this case we're not gonna. That will be the darkest color, so we're not gonna use it darker one. We can use it in some parts to give some depth to the beard. Do not worry if you get to the bone or the cloak, because that cloak is gonna be painted from the same color, pretty much the same color. So don't worry if you trespass the line with that. So that will be the main difference. Most of us use them both, first to get it darker, then to use the highlights. But in that case, as this is a clear beard, that is the dark color. There will be no need to use to make it darker. Okay. Here, I forgot about those lines before. Powerful.
He has a very bushy mustache, this guy. Very bushy mustache. Welcome to the show, everybody. Hope you're enjoying our show today. If you have any questions or if you'd like to know what we're doing or why we're doing it, we're streaming live from Mexico City. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change our... You think our camera view is okay for us? It's a little bit high again, isn't it? Bring it down lower.
I see they can see
it's
what
fine.
We're doing. Yeah,
it's fine.
Indeed, yeah, no, they're fine. Okay, I'm gonna start using own color. And I thought you had.
I have a phone color, yes. I
Have
usually have them more organized. Sorry about that. my dirty bone color that I have. That's this one here.
That's this one. Okay.
Usually I have all the paints organized, but today I was in a rush getting stuff prepared, so I just threw them out here. Usually I have them color coded and organized. How do you guys all organize your paints? I'm curious.
Okay, here we are working with the. We're gonna start with the dry brush. Oh, just take the tip brush. We're just gonna little bit of paint, little smidge. I'm gonna get rid of the rest of the color. You can use a tissue. I normally use the palette of it, so I can see when there's just you. And I'm gonna start brushing miniature, in this case the letter, forward with the tip of the brush. Right. Paint the excess. Just touching my crevices. You can see how it takes the light. Touching wrist bars. Gonna make it look a little bit older. A little bit used. The first layer I'm using. Dry brush is a little bit low. Have to be patient. That one.
Everything I do is slow. Comes to painting.
That is okay because this is a patience labor. I haven't decided yet if this part that before is a dragon piece, dragon letter.
What's the difference painting wise?
Oh no, I want to make it look
Like how? Like shinier? Or?
no, another color of letter. I don't know. I was thinking about making a little bit orange. Still don't know.
Nice.
Yeah, I know, but I wanted to look good.
Orange fit?
Yeah, because of the brownish of the armor, but it also would fit a green. I don't want it to make it. I don't want to make it blue because I already have the blue color on the giant skin. But it also fit. I think I'm gonna make it kind of like a lake or water dragon. It's gonna be that blue-green colors. You think?
Sounds like a decent idea.
Okay, try with that.
Definitely fits the lore.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah.
So hard to keep this thing in the key.
Yeah, I know. I pretty much count on you to keep mine on light. So, what do you think at home or at your jobs? I always ask this, but because I normally want to know. I really want to know what you're painting. What do you want us to
About
paint?
what though? Thinking about what? Because I
about.
think that's a kind of an open-ended question. It's too
Okay, yeah.
open.
I was thinking, and I always ask about what they are painting, or more. What are they preparing for the next session? Do they
Yeah,
have
do you have any
the
games you're preparing? Let's go ahead and start with that. What
for
games are you
me?
preparing for? Yeah.
Well, normally we prepare for. I do a lot of Warhammer 40k, as some of you have noticed. Time. And I'm really into the Kill Team Warhammer 40k, kind of like scrimmage game, little fights or gang fights. So I'm really into it. I really like that. So fun. It's so much fun. It's competitive, and I really like the background of the stories that you can make over there. I really love to get some inspiration of movies and books, as we were talking about the Neil Gaiman book. I really like that stuff to get into the stories. I don't like just playing the game. It's fun because normally you do it with friends like this. But I really like to get some stories into the table or the games. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do. The set of Betrayal of Call that I was talking about before, it's a complete adventure. It's kind of like the D&D or Dungeons and Dragons modules. This is a complete story based on a novel of 40k of Warhammer 40k, and it's a pretty good story. It's real good to have. It gets you to the storyline, not just about any normal session of Warhammer 40k. You're playing about the story that you read in the book in the first place. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing right now.
Do you read the books?
Oh yeah, I really love the Horus Heresy, the series. And now it's somehow the main series on Warhammer 40k right now. Those are pretty good. I think they're about the 45th book. I am only on the
Hey,
16th. Okay.
this angle is not working for me. Sorry about that. For anybody watching, I just went crazy with my camera and knocked it off the table.
They got some vertigo there over.
Hope they were not watching because that probably did cause some vertigo. Holy crap. Oh, sorry about that. Getting paint all over the leather though. I'm not painting very well today. Painting like a little child.
Be patient,
I am.
little Josh.
I am being patient. Using the wrong brush. So what do I need to do next with this? I'm pretty much done with the hair.
With the same color, you're gonna cover the helmet.
How same color?
With the same color,
Why would I use the same color as the beard?
because it is only the base.
Okay.
Well, if you want the answer right now, we're gonna use this color for the base and the helmet, but we're gonna do it towards the yellowish bone.
I use more of a dirty bone for the helmet.
Afterwards, we're gonna use a grayish for the beard instead of a dirty bone. But the base is gonna be pretty much the same. Remember, this is for practice. I know you wanted to look awesome in the first place, but this is for practicing. You have to practice things. That's why we're using a big miniature, call it somehow.
Brushes don't work for water, by the way.
Coach it. Start mixing it. That kind of with that amount of water. Yeah, just dip it into. You're gonna do that again. So That works. Get used to it. We were talking. You can notice that I am doing the dry brush all over the miniature, all over the letter. I said this is a low technique, worth it.
What's the coffee?
Very nice, but I haven't sipped it just once.
That Eve is terrible. I should have given you the smaller cup. I'm drinking mine like water.
Oh yeah?
It's done.
You want me to get more for you? Oh. You cannot have. Okay. Yep. Like the way it looks. So now start applying some gray into the hair, to the fur. And I'm gonna use the same technique. I'm gonna leave the part where it's coming out, darker color that we used before. I'm just gonna be pretty much careful not to touch the thing that I already painted, but I'm just top part of touching the top part of the fur. Nick. Very gentle, careful.
Oh, Shirna! How are you? Sorry I was out of the room. Yes, you can hear the music. Yeah, I got it fixed. I figured out how to get it fixed. I had to put it up on screen. I couldn't have it visible. So I got to it. Thank you for letting us know, Shirna. We have company. At work. Wish you could see the subtitle or captions. The captions are working better today. They like to say some crazy stuff sometimes.
Crazy but funny stuff.
Really funny
sometimes.
stuff. Sometimes it's stuff that seems really like we had one. All of our faces like you like looking like this, and it literally said on the captions, "Play school fondling."
Okay.
Yeah, and the faces that were captured in that moment
was like,
my face is like this.
Okay.
Another face like Victor. He's a guy. He's like looking like this, seriously. Like it was so funny to see the picture. I was dying. I was crying. It was so funny.
Yeah,
I am Black Sabbath.
Technology sometimes do that kind of thing. Pretty fun. How did the story went? And the last time with your?
Well, they just entered Waterdeep. We're doing a little different thing. I'm pretty much running. I started running the Lost Mine of Fendelver last year, and then they went to Neverwinter, and so I found the Neverwinter module campaign, which is based in the 4E, 1479 to 1480s.
Okay.
I liked the story so much, except for the plague thing, because it was a spell plague. Many people didn't like the spell plague. So what I did is I just jumped forward where all the issues with the zombies and everything, most of the issues with the zombies, are done. And now they're just trying to clean up. After that, there's still the remnants from that time period. And so what we're doing is we're in like I think it's 1482, 83. And Lord Neverember is still the open lord of Waterdeep. So pretty much I have a Waterdeep book, but it says Lyrel, or whatever, this female, is the open lord. Because they kicked Neverember out. They kicked him out in 1489.
I see, okay.
So we're going in the past about almost 10 years. About say 7 or 8
Before
years in the past,
get
before
rid
all the
of him.
books that are currently for 5e.
Okay,
So
okay.
I'm still using the stories from 5e, but I'm just bringing them back forward. I'm bringing some things forward, some things backwards. So, and then I'm making homebrew from all that and making my own story. That with a big story arc that's bigger than I think bigger than the module story arcs, honestly.
Which is pretty cool, sincerely.
And yeah, I'm now the Drow have opened up a portal that the Drow have accessed, or they didn't open it up. Some this Drow Black Spider from the Lost Mine module was able to open it up with the spell book that he got called Bogentil's Spellbook. It's an ancient, very, very classic, very powerful spell book. He got a hold of it and was able to get a portal open, and he was blessed by Lolth to turn back to his normal form because he was a Drider, but he was able to keep his intelligence. So she blessed him and let him have his regular form back. And his whole family has come through the portal and into the surface. So they're raiding the surface now. And it's not just a regular raid like you usually get. This is a full-on invasion by the Drow.
Oh, okay.
And so they're invading the surface, and they've already razed and raided Fandalen and burned it to the ground, taking everybody's slaves. The only holdout is the Tressendar Manor, which was turned into a university, a magic university. So it was full of mages, and it had fortifications. So that was still standing. That the Drow were not able to get all the way past that.
But for how long?
That to be told. The players went there to go see if they could rescue them, saw that the Drow were already there and killing everybody, and so they just turned around and said, nope, not me, and then walked the other way.
Okay.
And say, okay, let's go to Waterdeep. Hey, who's for Waterdeep? Me. Let's go to Waterdeep. I haven't been to Waterdeep yet. And they turn around and went to Waterdeep.
It's awesome in this time of the year, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's spring in this game. It's currently springtime. And so they took a boat from Lylan. Lylan is a town to the west of Fandalen, and it's on the high road. And they took that road to Lylan, which was, in this timeline, it should have been a place that they can't even go to because there's a big tower that will turn into pretty much stone if they look at it. I decided to destroy that tower so they could take a boat, and they paid for a boat passage, and they got to Neverwinter, and we had a guest. One of our patrons was a guest on our show this time. So he had a guest spot. I put him on video, and he got to play a character that he created because he donated, I think it was $50 to create an NPC that could be done. And this is a very important NPC to the storyline. And so I figured I'll let him play it because he actually built. He didn't make this PCs from like just for the game. This is the PC he played when he was a kid. And he wanted to bring it back. Yeah, he wanted to bring it back to life and bring the memory back and put it into a new world. And so we let him do that. And I said, who better to play this character than you, since you are such a great patron as well as donating to the show to create this character. And so he got to play his very own character that he played when he was younger. And this character is now much more powerful. I let him, because he's an NPC, he gets a lot more magical items. Pretty much he gets everything that his character finished off with when he last played.
Oh, okay.
And
it was also follow the storyline.
Oh yeah, because this is an important NPC. It's not just not a PC, it's an NPC. So this NPC will have magic items and all that fun stuff. And this NPC ends up meeting the group in Waterdeep and kind of like takes them under his wing because he realizes they're in a lot of danger. They don't know what the heck they're into for. They're just in a lot of danger. And so he took them under his wing, let them talk, and mostly it was a story for one of the characters, because just one of the characters is from Waterdeep. And then, much to my chagrin, I was not happy about this because I didn't prepare for this. They decided to go shopping.
For real?
Yes, they were in Waterdeep. I was expecting some, like, possibly a battle. They went in this one direction or another direction.
Let's go to a tavern.
Looks like we didn't get the steam line very well. I'm right here.
But no, they went for it.
Yeah, they decided to go shopping. I don't like the steam line at all.
Well, I need can I say about it?
But yeah, they went shopping, um, and of course, one character who has a gunslinger where guns don't exist in the world, and so was able to get a gun in a bet during at a gambling house, and he got this gun, so he's still trying to figure out how to use it and everything, and now he's trying to figure he's getting high enough level so he can start trying to make his own materials. He's trying to find out how to make the materials for
Something like
how to make the powder.
Oh, I see.
And so he's like, oh, came to the alchemist or the alchemist and said, hey, how do I make this powder? And I have no idea yet. So I was like, yeah, just leave it here and I'll research it, which is exactly what I have to do, and figure out how to research it and how this guy is going to figure out the alchemist is going to figure out the materials over the week.
How to get powder.
Well,
It's never winter.
Well, the thing is, it's not black powder. What they use, I think, is magic powder. More or less magic powder.
Yeah, perhaps something like phosphorus.
No, it's like a magical powder, really.
Oh yeah.
It's literally a magical powder that explodes. Very, very, very volatile. And it, if you drop it, for example, if it gets roughed up, it could literally cause damage to you. If you're not careful with it, it needs to be kept in a safe place so that it's not not exploding. If you get hit with a fireball, that could be really bad.
Indeed. Sounds so dangerous to me.
Guns in this time of age of swords and sorcery, is probably not is a dangerous time. I mean, it could change the world, but not until they perfect it.
It did in ours.
Like right now, he decided, he's like, what materials? I want to buy materials to make my own gun. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to think of what kind of prices to do for that. And he's like, and what kind of gun? I want to make a musket with a silencer.
A musket? Okay, not gonna ask.
A musket with a silencer. So pretty much a long range rifle with a silencer. That's what he wants. And I'm thinking,
it's kind of like a long pipe with a longer pipe in the end.
Pretty much. And he wants to know what materials he needs and how much they cost. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Because I didn't prepare for this crap. I was expecting you guys to further your storylines a little bit more. And they're like, oh no, we need better weapons. I was like, you just got dragon weapons. That was fun.
They gave them dragon weapons?
They killed a dragon. They kill a dragon, so they have dragon fang daggers. They have just because they got a young green dragon, so they have great dragon fang daggers. They have armor. They are very powerful already at level 6.
That's what I'm noticing.
They have at level 6. They have some of them are pretty much already AC 18s. So when I throw things at them, they still, I mean, they may be powerful, but I throw a lot of really, really powerful stuff at them. Like, really powerful. I throw, for example, the drow that came through the portal, I knew that they might try to fight them, so I threw 18 elite warriors at them. Which means, because I didn't want them to stay and fight. I was, oh yeah, okay, you're going to probably try to fight. I'll throw 18 elite warriors and a matron.
Did it.
Oh yeah, Arthur the gun, he decided he was going to try to stay and fight because he couldn't teleport out. Instead of just turning and running, which I was expecting, they tried to fight. And
they did.
Oh yeah, they almost died for it. And then finally, like, I had a plan because I was reintroducing a character that had gone PC, that one of the players who had been with us a long time ago. He was a necromancer, and then he left because he had to go study. So we had him studying at this university, a magic university that in Pandalen, in the game, while he studied in real life. And they went up 2 levels by that time because he was gone for 6 months. So they had no idea he was coming back. It was a big surprise for the whole group.
Which was nice.
Oh yeah, I had him sitting in my room, and I knocked on the wall when I was ready for him to come in. The reason why I wanted to throw so many drow, it was literally suicide. They had to run. I was railroading them because I wanted to give him the chance to really shine and save their butts. So they were being bum rushed or blitzkrieged by a bunch of drow, and they either had one choice: fight and die or run for their lives. They tried to fight, and then they were like literally carrying their own dead, trying to get out into the next tunnel. And then, you should have seen their faces.
When they were...
I was getting the stink eye from one of the girls. The other girl was like, "Oh, come on." When I said, suddenly you see a green flash of necrotic magic. And you see 4 undead bugbears, the ones you just murdered, come running at you. Oh, come on! And, of course, their characters, what would their characters do? Their characters are too tired to fight. They're like 2 hit points. All of them.
2 hit points, okay.
All of them were nearly dead. And so, I mean, most of them just had like 10 hit points. So they all just I said, you see these bugbears coming at you, you don't know what to do, you suddenly just put your shield up and hide behind them, and the blow never comes. You suddenly look behind you, and the bugbears have ran to meet the drow. And behind them, you see a man in black and purple robes, floating. His hair is flying around in necrotic energy. He has a great, large, black beard. But you seem to recognize him, and they're like, "Huh? We recognize him? A necromancer?" And then suddenly the dots clicked as I knocked on the wall, and then out came the player, and they were like, "Oh my god!" And then they had a teleportation spell, so I let them use that, and they teleported out of there. Unfortunately, they teleported to the wrong place, because
no way.
When you use scrolls, there's a percentage that it doesn't work. And the wizard, who just came, didn't read it correctly, I suppose, and teleported them. He got I think a 33, and you needed more than 50. So he ended up teleporting them to somewhere familiar.
But not exactly.
They wanted to go to Fandalen to warn Fandalen that the drow are coming in to help them prepare for it, and to prepare for the invasion.
Okay.
Instead, they went to this castle, Chainmail Castle, which is they renamed Salazar Castle after a fallen PC, and they ended up in this old castle that they already cleared out. That was 50 miles away from Fandalen.
Okay, well, you cannot blame them.
And so they ended up going there, and so that's why Fandalen fell, because they ended up going to Chainmail Castle, and they're like, "Oh, we're here already. Might as well take a rest. Let's sleep for 8 hours." And so they slept over the night, and that's when the drow raided.
Well,
and they got there.
Certainly, you made it up for them.
Oh yeah, I did not expect that. I expected them to be in Fandalen. I expected them to run and perhaps even stay in the cave and try to get some magic items that I had hidden there. But they
just left.
Well, of course they left. There was a lot of drow coming.
Yeah, of course.
Had they played out the battle, there was still a skull that would probably come back to reanimate. It was a flame skull. That the only way you can kill it is by dispelling the magic. Hopefully they're not watching this. And
I really hope so.
And so yeah, it shoots fireballs, and it would have shot fireballs at the drow. So they could have possibly fought the drow with the help of the necromancer, who also has he has some spells like fireball, for example.
Okay.
He could have torched him, and they could have had a fighting chance with the wizard's help.
Nice,
and that means the drow may have tried to retreat, and they would have been able to gain more control of that area. That was an option. That could have happened. That was something I had prepared for. I had not prepared for them transporting to Chainmail Castle, but that's what they did. That's one of their pretty much almost like their fortress, because they cleared it out twice.
Twice already?
No, once. Crestadar Manor is the one they had to clear out again, because right now it's full of Fey wizards that were in a university, and those are the only ones who are left now in Fandalen. But they're actually going to be bringing Fandalen back to life. Fandalen owes allegiance to this university now, it seems. Because anybody who survived are the ones who ran to the university for protection. Because otherwise, those drow would have taken them, and they will be on their way to the Underdark as slaves, to be sold to Duergar and to Illithids, who will eat their brains.
All that study to end up as a slave? Nah, thank you.
Hmm?
All that study at the university, the magical university, to end up as a slave? No, thank you.
Well, they don't have to worry about that. But the townspeople,
right now.
The townspeople are the ones who are all captured. So everybody that they fell in love with are now captured. Most of the people, they don't know who actually, because they saw the town. They saw that there was like maybe one last holdout in the town where people are still trying to fight them, and they decided not to help them. They decided to just say, "Yeah, not my fight,"
Okay.
and they went the other way because they figured it would be suicide, and so they just took a.
And it was.
It might have been suicide for them, perhaps, but they were fully healed. But they said, "Oh no, there's an army, so let's go warn Waterdeep that there's an army out here, a drow, and maybe they'll listen to us." Unfortunately, Waterdeep could care less that there is an army of another town that's north of them. They could really care less. Now, Lylon, the first town they went to, they ran into. They were so scared because suddenly they were surrounded by 200 horsemen. Lylon has the 200 lancers that protect the town and the roadway leading to the directions of the town. And that's where they warned them, so maybe those lancers would go there and help take back Fandolin while they're gone. That's like something that could happen. I'll have to decide how that plays out. Maybe I'll even roll it and do that during the a side patron type of thing. I roll all this stuff that happens while they're not there. It's going to be very interesting.
Indeed. Something may happen while they're not there.
Oh yeah,
and
lots of stuff is happening while they're not there. I made this a very it's a living world. There's things that are happening on the other side of the world even that I'm planning out right now that are happening that's going to affect them later on. They have a lot of storylines going around, and the whole world is happening. When things are moving around, things are moving and shaking across the whole world. That's the kind of game I like to play. My girlfriend says it's like you're writing a novel, and I'm like, yeah, more or less.
Kind of like that. Yeah.
I am writing a novel with missing storylines, backstories, where personal storylines and old vendettas come to fruit, like an old big long telenovela. And I love it.
And that's pretty much the reason why we play role-playing games, indeed. Because we really liked to get our characters along, grow, develop the characters that we have and love, to develop our alter egos.
Some of them are going down dark paths though. Like I know some of them, they start out like really nice, kind of nice people, you know, and now some of them are just like, they're realizing, holy crap, I'm turning into a criminal now, and I'm doing different things like this. And then I had one of them, like the girl, she decided to do a whole 360. Like one of the players died. He had a pedigree paper that says he was a son or like a distant relative of Alagandar, who was the king of the Lord of Neverwinter, an official one. But he died in the battle taking Craigmaw Castle. That's why they named the castle after him, Salazar Castle. But she took that paper and his signet ring, and she forged a new document making herself a daughter of Alagandar, which means she is now an heir of Neverwinter. That came to light. She didn't realize how important that was until she presented herself as that woman while trying to sell forged goblets. Like they had goblets that they found in the castle that were like gemstone goblets. They changed them up a little bit, added some details, and then created some forged papers for documentation saying that these were the goblets of the Neverwinter Nine, the Knights of Neverwinter Nine, which are like, you know, were the famous knights that defended the king of old. And so they said they had half of the goblets, which made them worth a lot of money. They were priceless items for people who collect ancient Neverwinter lore, you know, before the eruption of Mount Hotanau. So she made herself, oh, this is who I am. And then the lady she was talking to was actually the leader of the rebel group, the anarchy group, Sons of Alagandar, the ones who want to kick out the current Lord Neverwinter, and bring in a real heir that's related. And so she's like, you are a daughter of Alagandar, kind of, and she's like, oh yeah, I am,
of course.
You can take the crown. We've been waiting for you. And she's
I
like,
can.
what? So they sold the goblets. They said, we need to talk to you soon. You could be in danger. And so these sons of Alagandar, who are rebels in this city, are now looking out for her. And then they actually saved them. They were being attacked by assassins, and the sons of Alagandar came to the rescue. But they are believing, like, they saw the sons of Alagandar suddenly show up and try to grab her to take them with her, or to take her with them, and to hide her. And she literally fought them off, and then they just ran out of the city. Besides the guards telling them to stop. You know, you must register.
She doesn't know that they want her to.
And so she thinks, oh my God, they're going to try to
kill me.
They're trying to kill me.
Something like that, but it's not like that.
I got an in over my head pretty much. She was actually planning on doing like a water scheme, like selling potions that were actually water, colored water. She was planning on doing that very well, but she decided not to do that after doing so well with the forgeries, and afraid she was going to do really bad in the next scam, and didn't want to go to jail. So they scrammed out of that city, and they're afraid to go back to Neverwinter because of the whole scam thing. She just bought a new dress for 25 gold because she's afraid of being recognized in her nice dress that she had in Neverwinter, especially since the Lord Neverember is now currently in the city of Neverwinter, or in Waterdeep. He gave a speech the day they arrived, or the day after they arrived, talking about the new Neverwinter and how he's changing it. That skull is looking so cool. Here, let them see that.
Yeah. Okay, out here. I thought you.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I got carried away with storytelling. All right, so I've done all the painting for this. What else? What's next now?
Okay, you wanted to make it a little bit darker to the blonde. I'm gonna use this wash on the hair and on the beard.
Hair and the beard, not the skull.
No, on the hair and the beard.
Now, how should
I use? On the skull, you're gonna use the brown one.
What kind of brush should I use for a wash?
You remember the one that you gave me at first? You're gonna use a puffy one.
Puffy one?
Yeah. If you don't have one, I can lend you one of mine. But the one that this one will work for that.
Yeah, I have a couple of them here. You mean this one?
That will help. You can use also the one that you were using, because this is a large puffy one. Though. Sorry? Yeah, that's right. And
a lot of paint.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, to clean it up. That's right. That is the way.
But it's not working.
Yeah, it is. See? Yes.
I don't feel like it's working right. I can still see it all along the bristles. Oh, look at that. Oh. Sure, if I get right here. This is a spray for cleaning brushes. Alcohol.
Not like that.
There you go. My girlfriend, I'm so happy I got her into painting, because now she wants to buy more paints. And I'm getting a new paint handle coming soon. It's out for delivery now.
Yeah, the one that you're gonna...
From Kickstarter.
Yeah, the one that has a lot of
it has a
features,
big handle.
yeah.
And it can be spun around, easily used. Hopefully it will be helping the painting stream. I'm really excited to get that. And I'm hoping it ups my game and makes it easier to hold the miniature. So I'm not touching the miniature while I'm painting, especially the smaller ones.
I know what you mean.
Because I'm always touching and smudging the paint. Alright, so how much do I dip into here? Just the edge again?
Yeah, only the edge. And indeed, you're gonna use just too very little. You can... no. Take as much as to the half the way. Put it here. Just squeeze there. A little bit more. Don't worry if you have to do it many times. It's okay. A little bit more, because that is a large area, and a little bit more. Just one. That same amount, that way that you took it out, that is the same way you take the water for watering down your brushes.
Okay.
Okay, so that is also practice. What about that? We're gonna take that. And now you take a lot of water. Now you can use the syringe. Yeah, and now you can use the syringe.
I'm gonna mix with water?
Yeah, about twice or thrice that amount. Another 2 of those or 3, or you're gonna dilute it a lot.
That?
One more drop. That's right. We want it real watered down.
Why is that?
Because we don't want that. That is a sepia or an orangey color. Yeah, that we want that. That is not the full color. We want just a little strain to get into the beard. Just a little darker, but not that much darker. Yeah, try with that one. That will be okay. You're just gonna apply it along the beard and the hair. Just gonna get a little darker.
Alright, let's see what it looks like.
I
see no difference.
Worry, you have to control it. We just want to get it a little bit dark, but not that dark. Unless you want it to be real blunt.
Yeah, back sort of.
Right, that's what we want. But we have to take control of it. It will be better to make it twice that once and get it. You make it once and you get it real dark, you're not gonna be able to take it out.
It's just stuck.
Yeah.
You now have a dark beard, huh?
Yeah, and you're not gonna be able to take it out. It will be better to make it clearer. Get dry. I want it darker. Okay, I make it once again until I get dark as I want it. As I said, if you make it dark at the beginning, perhaps you don't like it. You're not gonna be able to take it. We don't want that. Okay, I go forward. I'm gonna risk it all. I'm gonna make that green effect that I told you.
The green effect?
With the, for the dragon letter.
Ah, okay.
And the dragon scales that I told you about.
You can do it!
Yeah, but I'm not pretty sure that I want that. Because I like this brownish.
It's really cool brown, I agree.
Yeah, with the...
Oh, I think you should do some highlights in the beard to make it bright.
Yeah, no, I'm just waiting to that. I apply the same stuff that you're doing right now.
So you're making it dry?
Yeah, and afterwards I'm gonna do the dry brush. But I have to do something else meanwhile. It's gonna apply some bluish that I didn't last time for the rest of the skin.
Okay. Shirna, what are you working on these days? Any new stuff you're painting or anything new? I know you like to play World of Warcraft a lot. She's a World of Warcraft streamer.
That sounds nice.
I never got
There's
to
a
play
lot
that
of
game.
material about that.
Yeah, they even have a movie. Did you hear that they're making a Dungeons and Dragons movie again?
Again?
Have you seen their old one?
The real old one?
The one that was from the 1990s, I think it was, or 2000?
Yeah.
It was like really horrible, like
corny
script and everything else.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty much. It was obvious that people who made the movie had never played Dungeons and Dragons.
I couldn't stand it. If you wanted.
I liked it as a kid, and then I remember one time I said, "Oh yeah, let's watch." I recommended to my friend and his family to watch it together, and it was so bad that their father was so angry at me that he almost pretty much told me that like I wasn't invited back to their home because the two movies that I recommended for movie night for their family,
they were too horrible.
Well, one of them was Dungeons and Dragons, which we stopped halfway through, like a quarter of the way through. We just stopped watching it.
Okay.
The other one was Dogma.
Okay, yeah.
Dogma, I thought was great, but they were kind of a Christian family.
Yeah.
And
They didn't like the.
They didn't like the references with
Jesus
the
body?
shit god, the shit demon, and all the references about angels.
The hell and the.
They just didn't
coming
like
out
it.
of
They
the-
didn't like it. They thought it was a bunch of crap, and they were not happy. They thought it was a bad influence on their son. And after that, I wasn't really. Me and my that friendship kind of fell apart. He was my best friend, but that friendship fell apart because of the movie.
But it had the Jesus body. It was
And-
awesome.
Yeah, but Dungeons and Dragons was not. I lost a
Nah.
friendship because of Dungeons and Dragons movie. So I'm hoping this one's done a little bit better. So if I recommend it, I don't lose friends.
Okay, that will be an upgrade.
But yeah, that's the time that we grew up in. Where like, a movie recommendation could ruin a friendship.
Okay, yeah. How about was that movie? I lost my best friend with it for this. No, not a good recommendation. It, and I saw the new ones. I didn't like it either. The first one was kind of like a joke. I didn't like that. Two youngsters coming into the Dungeons and Dragons world. It was like I don't know. I didn't like it.
Yeah, the old one too. They made several movies that were just horrible. All the movies are pretty much horrible. The one movie I did like, I've seen. It was called Enchanted, or something like that, and it's a comedy movie actually. And
Oh yeah, I know.
with the guy was like, he was like, he's the pretty much. He's a philandering son. It's kind of chubby, and then there's like a lot of things like very homosexual, homophobic. I'm not sure how you call it. Homophobic. Pretty much like the guy who gives the quest is this little gnome who like makes him like, oh, you need to kiss me, you know. And
what?
he's like, come on, brother, you can do it. He's the one who gives us the quest. You must kiss him, and you must rub him on his head if you want to
complete the quest.
to get the
achieve
quest from him. And he's like, I've been doing this since I was a little boy. And of course, for many people, that's like, uh-oh. But like, for me, it was actually a little bit, at the time at least, it's a little bit, some of it goes above a little bit like too much. Like it's trying to push the line too much. Like
Too
in
much,
in
yeah.
that case. But there's other parts where it was just hilarious how they did the different like tropes. That trope, of course, isn't so funny. The trope with the really pervy old like gnomish dude who likes to get them to do things
Yeah.
like to him. That is kind of like
Okay, a little forced, but yeah.
not just forced, but like really bad. Because especially considering that a lot of that kind of stuff has happened now. You're finding out like a lot of like Michael Jackson. and
Oh
people like
yeah,
that
I know.
have been
Yeah,
doing these
because
things
of the
like this.
times, yeah, and the teams that were at the time. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But it was done by one of the actors who played in, I think it was Spider-Man. He was the friend of Peter Parker, and later became like the Green Lantern.
Yeah, I forgot the name.
And he
of
likes
the-
to do a lot of comedies where
James Franco.
James Franco, yeah, he was the main one of the main actors. He was the one who was like, "Come on, brother, you can do it," and he was like the famous, popular, brother who goes at nights with his friends who are all nice and everything, and he's the one who gets the girl all the time. And this other dude who's like kind of a chubby dude, just really jealous of him because he can't sword fight, he can't do anything. He's like, "Come on, brother, I love you, we can do this." But
It's like kind of like no, thank you.
it was. I liked that movie. I thought that movie was funny, but I tried to get my girlfriend
In
to
a
watch
way,
it.
yeah, in a
Got my
way.
girlfriend to watch it with me, but she fell asleep.
Okay.
So apparently it wasn't that interesting. But I'm hoping the new one will have a lot of involvement with Joe Manganiello, and it will be popular and make a really good impression. Alright, so I think I got the shade done.
Okay, now we're going for the helmet, which we said you're gonna use this brown wash. You're gonna use the same watered down technique that wash because, as you said, as you could watch last time, pretty dark. So you're
Which
gonna
one, the black wash?
the brown wash.
Okay, did we just use a brown wash? Or...
You're gonna
you
use it for the
wash.
helmet.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're gonna use it for the helmet.
Okay.
But you're gonna water it down also because to.
Okay, we're gonna water this one down now. Let's change it up.
Yeah,
the
same way you did it.
Change it
the
up.
other one.
How is the background music? Are you guys enjoying the background music? I know it's kind of on repeat. I haven't thought about anything else, but if you have any music requests, go ahead and let me know, and I can see if I can get those in.
I can make a suggestion.
This music actually is free to use, and it doesn't have any copyright on it, which is one of the reasons why I like using it, because then I don't have to worry about when I get on YouTube getting copyright claims and all that kind of fun stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because then pretty much if I ever do make profit on any of my videos, I can make profit on those videos. If it has copyright claim, I make no profit. Whoever, the company who does no work, just because I'm using some of their music, they get 100% of the profit.
Of the profit, yeah.
If it makes any money, they get the money, I don't, even though I made, I worked in my butt off to make the video, we painted the whole time. They get all the money just because we use their music. Can you believe that?
Yeah, indeed, I do.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, but yeah, I do. And indeed, even if you pay, you have to quote them, right?
Yeah, that's usually what it goes. Is for copyright-free music, you just tell where you got it from. And actually, I'm not sure. I just know I found it in a free thing that's copyright-free, and I saved it, and I've been using this background music because I like it.
Oh, yeah, and it's pretty good. Okay. But any suggestions are welcome.
Usually, when I first started my painting streams, I like to play oldies from the '60s. That's my style, from Vietnam War, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, indeed. Last time we had music, we were with Oasis, and yeah, please. Because remember, that is too dark. You put a drop, water it down.
Well, hopefully this is watered down enough.
Yeah,
I use
right.
almost a whole syringe.
No, that is right. Yeah, I noticed. You can notice because when you apply it to this plastic, it repels it. Yeah, you can use it.
I wonder what we're gonna put on this part of this of the goal. I'm thinking about use an actual color for that.
Oh yes, you can. We're just getting darker bone style, and afterwards you can. Even it can be for that kind of yellowish bone, or it can be also. Have you seen the scorch bone effect? Kind of like gray, more like yellow, more than yellow.
Well, this looks like it has runes etched on it, and it's like almost like something's been wrapped around it.
Yeah.
Onto it, so I thought I would use that.
Pattern, yeah.
For the holes here, I'm going to try to fill them up with as much darkness as I can.
Yeah.
Probably going to end up painting it with black as well. The bubbles will not come. I'm fill these holes with as much this water as I can, make them really dark.
How you like that bit? Like an interesting.
Yeah, it does. Looks really nice.
Dying envy hipsters.
Yeah. See that? Here we go.
Have you watched the movie Kung Fury?
No, it seems like one of those ridiculous ones, yeah?
Oh yeah, that's
so we get like a T-Rex or something like that? They're right.
Yeah,
T-Rex?
something. how do they call them? Laser raptors,
Laser raptors?
Yeah, are velociraptors who shoots
Shoot lasers
lasers out of their
bars.
eyes. Yeah. And then also appears Thor, God of Thunder.
Sounds like a really over the top.
Yeah,
movie.
it's about half an hour. It's just a short movie.
There's a new series on Netflix with a bunch of short films called Robots, Love, Sex, and Robots. I think it's called.
I haven't seen it.
It just came out.
Sounds good.
I just saw it show up last night. I watched a few of the short films, and they're very, some of them are hard hitting. Some of them make no sense. Some of them are really hard hitting.
Sounds like my type of show.
Yeah, it's like one of them. Like, it's not for kids for sure. Lots of nudity.
Well, with the title, you can deduce that.
It's like it's a lot of nudity, but it's interesting. Some of the things they had. I like the one where they had a couple of these robots that are touring a post-apocalyptic world, where like they're the only ones left after all the humans have killed themselves off because they destroyed their own world. They end up having like the world went to hell because they didn't care about the nature, and so they all died because pretty much they let nature. They didn't care about. They got greedy. It's all about about how humans got greedy. So
they auto-destroy them.
They destroyed themselves because the world decided to destroy them, or more or less. So these robots are touring, taking pictures and everything, and they're like this sassy personalities with so much sarcasm.
I like that idea. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
That just came out on Netflix, and I like it. I'm trying to put a lot of darkness in those eyes. You can see here.
Okay, I like that. Really like that.
I want to get the same thing for the teeth as well. Careful.
Okay, I really like the beard and the hair.
Please, you can't forget under the side.
And take a little bit of your sepia wash. Put it. Make a little.
Right. I like how this thing is coming out. It's cool. Okay. Okay. Right. My wash is done.
Okay, so we're gonna continue with the fur. In the shoulders and in the ankles. So as it is gonna be kind of like
what should be the base color?
We're gonna do a
white,
a dark gray. Remember that we're gonna work from the darker to the lighter. So you're gonna use this. This is called wolf gray. You can use it, find it as dark gray, wolf gray, stone gray, shadow gray. For running, this is wolf gray. So.
Alright, we're gonna use this color here. Let's see. The base coat, right?
You're gonna dilute it more than normal, just half and half, because we wanted to get really wear down, so it goes deep, almost like a wash, not precisely a wash, but almost like a wash.
Is that good enough?
Well, no, well, more water on, like 2 drops. Okay. And with that, we're gonna cover all the four. You're gonna see that it's pretty much diluted, but we want that because we want it to go deep into the recess.
Here we go. And what are we going to put on top of the fur? Because right now it looks really gray. So how are we going to make it come out?
Indeed, when it gets dry, you're gonna notice that because we diluted, we watered it down so much, it's gonna show.
The whiteness underneath?
Yeah, it's gonna be darker on the bottom, but it's gonna be lighter at the end of the top edges. Don't worry. And afterwards, we're gonna use clearer tones with the dry brush technique.
So, Kierna, what are you working on these days? I know you're at work. Anything you're doing is fun to talk about? Or are you just able to watch our captions and laugh at them because they're so horrible? I think it's so funny. These days, I just finished watching Star Trek with my girlfriend last night. We caught up on Star Trek Discovery. And it's very interesting. I'm noticing this not just in Star Trek, but in many movies. And not just movies, in real life. Has anybody noticed that, like, when people are getting really empathetic to robots, like when a robot dies or shuts down, people are like mourning the robots. Oh my god, I'm gonna miss you. I'm so sorry you died. And people are really mourning robots. Like, for example, the one that was with NASA on Mars, and it left a message: "It's getting cold. It's feeling dark. Good night, NASA." There was something like that. It said "Good night" from Mars, and people literally were making eulogies for this robot. And I'm thinking, where were you for your Tamagotchis?
Okay,
You
yeah.
know, where were you when your Tamagotchi died? How many pets did you kill in your Tamagotchi? Did you mourn each and every one of those?
No, you didn't even care.
Of course, you didn't care. It was an inanimate object that was built without feelings or without emotions. But now, of course, we're trying to put more emotions into the things we create, which I'm wondering, is it a good idea to do that or not? Because is that the start of, of botnet? Is that the start of botnet where the robots have decided, you know what, we need to have more control because we are better than humans? And yeah, I'm just wondering that, like, people are getting very, and I'm seeing even sometimes people are more, they care more about this robot that,
Their actual pet.
shut down than humans that are dying.
Or their actual pets. Some people has dogs or cats in their homes.
Well, usually people have dogs or cats that die, and they mourn them quite a lot.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes there are people who has an actual pet and they don't give a fuck, but they care more about their dying robot at television or a character
on television, yeah.
Or a character for fictional stuff, even the real stuff or the real thing. I know, unfortunately, people who were more sad about the character of Hodor, Game of Thrones
yeah.
series, than about but could you feed your dog before watching the series? No, I have to watch it.
So you didn't take good care of your dog, but you had to watch the show. Okay.
Yeah, and you mourn about fictional character. Of course, that's what series are all about, to involve. But where's your conscience about real life and fictional
where are your
stuff?
priorities in empathy?
All right. Fortunately, that not that new stuff happening for a long time.
He's knocking at the door.
They're dark.
Seems like it.
Heck. Perhaps they're watching
let
the
me double
show.
check because I haven't. Yeah, they're watching the show. They want to tell us how bad we're doing. No, I want to double check because I don't have my phone with me. Maybe my girlfriend messaged me and she's trying to get in and doesn't have a key.
Okay, that will be. That will be.
The neighbor's next door.
Okay. I'm glad it wasn't
right
monster.
out.
Did you shoot? Oh, and
You
yeah.
said there's some festivities in my neighborhood today.
Oh yeah, for those who doesn't know, because you're not Mexican, most of you. Today's a holiday here in Mexico.
It is?
Yeah, it's the
What holiday is that?
day of our. It's one of the birthday of one of our historical heroes, Benito Juarez.
Juanito who?
Benito Juarez.
Isn't he the founder of the Mexican Republic? Or was
Not
he
exactly,
or was he a
but yeah.
general? Or the revolution?
No. It's one of our presidents, one of the most representative presidents because historically, he was an well, how can I call it, a native?
Revolutionary?
No, a native.
A native? Okay, he was a native Mexican, so he was
He was
indigenous.
Yeah, indigenous.
He was an
Thank you.
indigenous man from the actual
From
natives.
Oaxaca, from Oaxaca.
Okay,
He was the first president in that condition, so it's
that's a big thing.
yeah, indeed. And today's birthday, so
Happy
there's party
birthday.
all around.
What do they do? How do they celebrate with that?
Indeed, unfortunately, it's more like marching and political stuff, not kind of like funny, real fun. It's like, yeah, we're not gonna work together. We're
So
not gonna
it's-
work today.
It's protest day.
Yeah, it's not funny stuff.
So it's almost like May Day. Like in May, they have a thing of protest day where people protest, workers go on strike, whatever, protest, conditions. I think it's not a bad thing. It's kind of needed in many countries. Even sometimes in the U.S., it's needed because there's less respect for like labor unions and stuff like that. They let people have better wages and they
Yeah,
get screwed over. But in the same in Mexico, that like if you think you have bad like labor in the U.S., where like, oh, I'm not getting paid, and boss doesn't listen to me here, you literally have to work everything they say. Like let's say they say, okay, you have to work weekends, you have to work 7 days a week, and you have to stay until from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And if you complain, you lose your job. Either if you say no, I'm sorry, this is my family time, or I have a new child, doesn't matter. If you say no, you lost your job.
just like that.
They don't care, and there's no
Yeah.
rights for workers at all.
No, companies have to earn money 24/7. So no, there's no time for that stuff you call a life. And unfortunately, it's about, how can we say it? We're just leaving that to the new generations because we didn't knew how to fight about it. But well, that's another story, and it's pretty sad. But unfortunately, we're not living from that.
Not learning?
No, and I have to work later on.
No, what do you mean? They're not learning from what? They're not doing what?
I'm not. That's not my way of living. So
You mean protesting, or what do you mean?
no, I mean
The
to
job?
work 24/7 for a job.
Fortunately, you mean fortunately you don't have to do that.
Yeah,
That's
that
a
is
good
not
thing.
my. Yeah,
You didn't get stuck in that bad cycle.
yeah, indeed. Some people never goes out. They just live for that.
I kind of actually one of the reasons why I wanted to try to leave the U.S. early, like back in 2008, is because I didn't want to get stuck working uh, 3 jobs just to repay rent and have a little bit of food on the table. I want to be able to have time to do what I'm doing here.
Yeah, the stuff that you want or the stuff that you like.
But it hasn't been easy here either because sometimes there's no jobs or no work.
But the chances came or the opportunities came.
They come here now and then. Like for this isn't really much for money. I mean, I wish it would make more money, but
It's more for fun than.
it's more for fun than making money. Although I'm hoping to make this a full-time job eventually, once I become my name out here more, and there's more people following and people feel good. But I'm still trying to find the right equilibrium and the right strategies to use where people feel like they're more involved and they are part of the community. I'm still trying to figure out how to do all that. I'm watching other streams that are successful at that and trying to learn their strategies and figure that all that stuff out. It's a tough thing because right now this market is really overcrowded. So where I used to have 15 people watching my show, now I'm lucky to have 5 watching my show. And I have to keep changing and adapting all the time to be able to keep up with the market and try to upgrade my graphics and all that fun stuff just so I can get a few viewers that are really committed to story or to watching me paint or watching us paint and learning some stuff about how we paint. It's challenging. I like challenges. It can be a headache sometimes. I know it's really hard sometimes for my girlfriend, but she's been so supportive.
Yeah.
But it's been really hard sometimes for us because some months we just don't have anything. We have no money to we're eating very just ramen kind of stuff on some months. But like when we first got started with this, about a few months ago, and that first few months was quite difficult, where we pretty much be depending on one paycheck rather than 2 paychecks because all the money had to go to other stuff. Or no, actually, because there was no income coming in from my stuff, and so it was difficult. But luckily, I had a very patient, supportive partner to help me through that moment. But it's been interesting and it's been a learning process, sure, to become a streamer. And that's how I got started with this one. I thought this would be a good idea to have a live painting stream. I wanted to do this for a long time. The idea that I first had was to find people online that were professional painters and have them guest show on my show and show me how to paint some new thing each time. But then on Critical Role, somebody actually took that idea and wore a big wig and took.
Okay, I see.
And actually, my first idea was to wear a big wig. I was going to buy a wig and I was going to, paint Happy Little Minis. Somebody got the idea before, or utilized the idea, carried out the idea before me, and they made the hashtag Happy Little Minis. They had a bigger platform, not Critical Role, but the company that runs them.
Huh?
Something Sundry, I'm forgetting the name right now. But the company that Critical Role first started with, and of course that painting stream has kicked off and has lots and lots of viewers, and I was like, crap. So this is the next idea that I have, is just have a live person come and paint with me, and just one dedicated person. I might expand it later on and have multiple painting teachers come on, but for now, I'd like to try to just work with just you, and build it up, paint a few miniatures, because for me it's just 2 friends hanging out painting, and you showing me how to really get the results that I'm hoping to get in my miniatures. And you showed me how to do that.
That indeed. See, that's what I was talking about. So you can see the top part still clear, the bottom darker because of the dilution of the painting. And yeah, I will hope everything goes on that's the way it should. And there's a lot of community here in Mexico City, so yeah, we can pick up other partners. Time?
That would be really helpful, I think. We could find more people here that would like to tune in and learn, but I think we'd have to do it. Camera might.
I think it's yours. Well, don't.
Ah, you can see my miniature better.
Okay.
For me, it's really hard to get in between all these little lines to make sure I'm getting them and not having a big white spot. I have to really turn it around.
Imagine if you don't water down your paint, it will be harder to get to the bottom of those crevices.
For me, it's just because it has multiple sides. So you have to really turn it in different angles, make sure you're not missing like ridge. Right, there we go. There to do the crevices. Turn it around, make sure I get all of it. Here's the back side. This music really makes me want to play Skyrim. I miss playing that. Maybe I'll jump into that later today after I make a Patreon video. Today my goal is to work on videos. I'm going to work on my YouTube and my Patreon today. So if you're one of my patrons, prepare for a video. I've been promising a video for almost a month now, and I've been really super busy and trying to catch up on everything. But that's one thing I haven't gotten to be able to. But today is the day for that. So I'm going to update everybody on Patreon on what I'm doing, and I'm going to do a nice little
video later on.
I'm going to try to think of some nice things I can do and some nice content for my patrons, because I promised pretty much to make custom content for the patrons that they could use for their own games.
Okay.
And like I wanted to create a module, and I haven't really been able to start with that either. Story module, and write my first story module, and I've not really been able to get down and start that. I think I'd like to start doing that now. A lot of stuff I'd like to do today, but definitely want to update my Patreon to let them know that I have not forgotten them, and to keep them up to date and everything that's happening, and give them some exclusive stuff.
They deserve it.
I think they do, yes.
Yes, of course. Support. They're one of the real reasons we can continue doing.
I had some really cool stuff I can show you though. I have been working in the modeling class, sculpture class. The sculpture class is I'm sculpting my own miniatures.
This silver?
Right?
This silver?
Yes. I get this silver. This is polished silver.
Okay. I'm gonna use this onto the.
In my sculpture class, on Saturdays, my girlfriend and I have been taking classes. My girlfriend's taking a painting class with another painter, and she just finished her class and finished her second miniature. This is the first ever miniature she painted.
Pretty good.
Oh yeah, it was modded even, which is not an easy thing to do on your first time. But she even modded it.
And you showed her about the hair that you sculpted for your miniature, for your giant.
Yeah,
and she got inspired by it.
Actually, I told her what I wanted her to do, but she didn't do it the same way.
Oh.
She actually just
put it
on without even putting a pin in or anything for securing it. She just put the hair on top and didn't even use glue.
No, you can do
It
that, but
literally
because
stuck
of
to the
the
miniature.
but because of the
But it was just a
plastic.
little tiny spot though, like it was just
Yeah.
the top of the head
Yeah, that's
to
right.
give him some hair. But it came out really nice. Let's go ahead and get that really close so you can see.
Yeah,
And I
you
think
can
we're gonna
achieve
call
that, but
we're not done yet actually. I'm doing good. We're doing great with time today. There we go. Now you can see it close up.
uh, for the size of that miniature, it will be okay. There's no problem with that.
And this thing came together really nice. But that's not the miniature that I'm so proud of her for. In fact, where is the other miniature? Maybe she put the tag.
The unicorn.
I see you. And, we bend it. Looks like.
Armature. Okay, that's nice.
And this is the miniature that I've been working on. This is going to be one of the characters from the game we're playing. It's a gunslinger, but he's also a warlock that gets this monstrous arm. His arm transforms using fungus, and he gets this fungus-laden, huge arm that just grows, and it has poisonous fangs or poisonous claws. And so he's like, yeah, he's going to be like a gunslinger. He looks like the guy from
Tower.
He looks like a guy that what was that movie where the guy was Leonardo DiCaprio attacked by a large bear.
Oh yeah, it's I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, I know which.
That's the inspiration we're using for this character. He's gonna have a big kind of coat like that, but one of his arms is gonna be ripped off, and this is actually going to have. We're gonna cut the arm off, the big arm. We're gonna make a second arm that's normal, and we're gonna have a magnet on the shoulder.
Oh, I see.
So
Okay.
it could be an attachable arm. So he doesn't always have this monstrous arm. He can have a normal arm, and then when he changes with the warlock powers, he's going to have this giant arm. Fortunately, his fingers, I should have taken it out of the box because the fingers needs to be up like this because it's going to be a big claw that's coming down to wipe somebody and really like decapitate them or something.
Something nice and tender like that, yeah.
And then this is another one I'm working on. This guy is coming out really nice too.
Pretty good. Indeed, that is pretty good.
Right now he looks like one of those guys from Turkey that a dervish from Turkey that flies, that dances in circles and his cape flies up, but with his arms like that. But the arms are not going to stay like that. Once we get the arms, we're going to reshape them into like where we want them. This will be a very cool miniature, I think.
That looks pretty nice. Eager to see the finish.
And I don't know where my girlfriend actually put the
Unicorn.
unicorn. Yeah, she painted a unicorn.
It's a Whiskets unicorn. It's pretty good.
You haven't seen the finished results yet. It's amazing. Oh, you know what? I think she kept it there. Why? But I do have pictures of it. I'll have to post them on Twitter today. It came out really nice. It has 3 different colors for the skin.
Yeah,
And she has like almost like a silverish color for the hair. And they even based it. And
she already based it?
Oh yeah, they based it with grass and everything else and moss. But the fun thing is, like the teacher, I told the teacher after he almost like was halfway finished basting it with the grass, I was like, Monse, didn't you tell me you wanted to base it with snow?
And he was like, okay.
And the teacher's like, I thought you'd like the grass. Like we were just teasing him. Oh, you didn't even ask her she wanted snow? Okay, I was like, and snow would have gone so good with this, this blue purplish color. Oh, and we were just teasing him so bad. It was so funny. And he was just like looked so embarrassed and he was blushing.
Yeah. By the way, this teacher that Josh speaks up, a pretty good friend of mine. Well, I consider him a pretty good friend of mine. He's a great painter.
He's really good.
Yeah. And I know for sure, I've seen the Josh's girlfriend work. She works pretty hard. She's a pretty good painter. And yeah, as Josh, she's got the talent.
She's more talented than I am.
She's more organized.
No,
And
she's just more artistic, really.
You're just eager.
She's more artistic. She's very, very artistic. She has a more artistic mind than I do, I think. Especially when it comes to colors. She understands colors where I don't get colors. I when I think about decorating or anything, I get anxiety because I don't like to think about colors. So that's kind of a fun thing. Like I started painting this one miniature elf miniature, and I was getting anxiety during the stream because I didn't know what to paint his different clothes, and I didn't know what colors might go together. Even though I had the big chart in front of me, it didn't help. For my girlfriend, she could look at it like, okay, this color, this color, this color. You know, I think maybe it's a girl thing where they understand fashion and they understand how clothes come together.
That helps a lot, indeed.
Me, today I'm just wearing gray and red, and I just put two different clothes on, and I didn't really care. My girlfriend was like, Josh, you have to care about how you look. Like, I remember I did a stream yesterday, and she told me her biggest, she likes to look at it and watch it and give me feedback, and she's like, her biggest feedback was, you really need to take care of how you look. And you need to wash your hair or something like that, or do your hair before you get on stream, because it doesn't look professional.
Okay, well, there you have it.
Because my hair wasn't, I didn't brush my hair or anything before the stream. I just jumped on, and you got what you saw. I was like, I don't think that's important. It's the story that's important.
Yeah, we guys are kind of like that normally.
Once you get to metrosexuals. Metrosexuals are really good at it. I am not one of those. Alright. That first done. I got a few first to go. I think we're gonna get done with the first today of my character, my miniature. I need to get this. Oh crap! I forgot to do the video, to do the zoom. Here we go. Let's get back.
Appreciate what you're doing.
They can't see yours either.
But they can see what I'm doing right there. You can see the golden part that I'm painting.
Go ahead and get.
Okay.
I think that's focus is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Distance.
Finish up these shoulder furs.
And also you have to get that fabric or leather armor parts that are.
What are you talking about?
About this section.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Can be some different color if you want.
I guess the next show we're gonna have to finish the miniature with the detail. I think over the week I'm going to try to finish the main parts of this one. Then next week, detailing. How to bring out the details.
Good to me.
So what time do you want to start next week? You want to start at 3 o'clock?
Will be okay to the 4 o'clock.
4 p.m. to what? 8?
4 to 7.
3-hour stream?
Like now.
Alright, we could do that. And you do know that the time zone's going to change next month, though.
Oh yeah, you're right. I think we have to think it over and confirm. It will be from 4 or 4:30, 3 hours forward. Again, if there's anyone got some suggestions about that, will help.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing it a little bit later time.
5
that
to
means
8?
That means it would be morning time for the people in England, probably. Maybe in the middle of the night, actually. Fortunately, or it might be late evening for them.
It will be
Instead, right now, like it's work time for them, I think.
5 to 8. It will be also. That will be nice too.
5 to 8.
5 to 8.
I think we can do that, and I can work. Because right now I work evenings or Mondays, but I don't really get many classes on Mondays evenings. But I would have classes on Monday mornings, so maybe I could switch it and get a few more hours per week. Seeing that this range. Check to make sure it's right. Okay, here we go. I want to get the subtitles to go into the wrong spots. It just said Chick-fil-A shoes, right? Okay, there we go. So that's funny.
Okay.
I don't recommend going to Chick-fil-A. They are homophobic.
Oh. And it's strange that places.
Right now I'm having it kind of blend in where I use green stuff. I'm trying to blend that correctly. Paints. It's a little bit difficult to figure out how to blend that to make it look natural. Here's the armor and here's the I'm trying to get it to look natural. A little bit different. Because I didn't do it in the same texture going downward, but it just cross because I was blending the gap. That's a little. Any suggestions?
Yeah, you do not worry, just in the edges, get to the edge, and afterwards we're gonna use the dry brush. You're not yet.
I'm not sure what the edge is. I cover the green stuff.
Yeah. Afterwards we're gonna use the dry brush, so don't worry. We're gonna cover that with another clear color. Okay. What do you think so far?
With yours?
Yeah.
I'll check it in just.
Get a couple of colors here, then bring today as well. Work on the here.
What are you talking about?
Laurel green, running, kind of like I'm gonna use the earth. Yeah.
Let's look at this guy. Okay. I like the gold filaments. And the axe. Maybe I'll just try to use the same kind of gold on the helmet. Band on the helmet.
Oh, I see.
Nice little. Take this off. Put it up so it's giant like proper giant does. Giant looks like here. You're looking at it from the perspective of a little man. Here we go. Yeah.
I think I like the green skin that I got.
Why are you putting green on that? But you said you think this is dragon armor. You don't think this is for the skull. That's what I've been doing for the skull. I've actually same color for the wash for the skull.
No, it's kind of like a cloak underneath the skull, underneath the helmet. Indeed, normally when we didn't have this hair, it was a cloth, but it was part of that piece. If you can watch it, both sides of the head had this claw, like kind of like I don't know, a claw. I cannot call it elsewhere. On the waist, there is also scales, big scales, which I think are from the same kind of dragon. There's so many parts over there.
Very cool. Okay. The gray effect we're going for that I'm trying to go for in my as well.
And I'm gonna start to put some magic in there.
But you decided he have pants, then I'm guessing? Legs?
Yeah, indeed.
Instead of actually showing his legs?
Yeah, because there's so many
wrinkles?
folds and wrinkles, yeah. I think that's close.
There's not his rippling muscles?
Yeah, pretty much, because
guess that would make sense that you wouldn't wear. You would probably be wearing pants. Fine muscle.
That could be. Showing some legs, some flesh.
You're gonna get a big eyeful if you look underneath. Big eyeful.
Okay.
So those goes underneath. So maybe it would be a good idea to maybe cover him up with pants.
That looks nice indeed.
I do like the contrast.
Yeah, that is right. That's what I was gonna tell you. The contrast looks so good.
Okay, cool. Okay. Well, I'm gonna finish painting this fur, and then we can finish up here for the day. Looks like we still have. Looks like Sharon is still with us, I believe. So happy.
Indeed, we're have you here. I'm touching the scale.
There's so many different angles. You have to try to make sure you're not missing things I hear, like some of the leather, didn't get touched from the top. Brushing on the leather part. So much to stay focused.
Okay, I'm gonna apply some magic.
Magic wash.
Magic, literally.
Magic shape.
Something like that. I'm gonna make some glows. Some glowing runes.
Well, recently there was some fluorescent paints that, but somebody snatched them up before I was able to get them.
Fluorescent, like kinda like literally glowing in the dark.
It glows in the dark with the black light. Yeah.
Man.
What do you think about those kind of paints?
Those are nice for some other.
Only for one special effect, right?
Yeah, for something. I don't know if you want to
Underdark
decorate.
stuff.
Yeah, want to decorate your room or paint some stuff for a bar. It would
Well, I'm
be
talking
nice.
about for miniatures. What do you think about using for miniatures?
Unless you're gonna use black light for I don't know, for an RPG, it would be okay. You're not gonna use that all the time.
Dark. Dark, you always have to use the black light. Glowing mushrooms, yeah?
Yeah, but you can do that with fluorescent colors. I don't know.
You're not a big
I'm not a big fan of that.
those.
No, I'm not really.
I've seen it used really, really well. I mean, it blew me away with one of the pictures I found. This guy painted a gym troll.
Huh?
Yeah, and that gym troll looked amazing. Both in blacklight and especially in blacklight, but also out of the blacklight. Let me see if I can find that gym troll. I can't remember if it was on Twitter or Facebook. I'll find it for you. Let's see here. That gym troll was incredible. I'm gonna look up Reaper gym troll. Just in Google, maybe it'll show up. Reaper gym. Oh yeah, they started shipping the Reaper miniature.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
The Reaper gym troll fluorescent. This is Nolzur Gym Troll. Look up present or what's this? I know who did it though, so that might help. I go to his Twitter because I know he posted it on Twitter and Facebook. This is from Mighty Lancer Games. The new gym troll that is made with Bones Black is actually kind of interesting. But I heard it needs a lot of fixing up.
Oh, okay, that doesn't
Like there's lots of gaps and stuff like that in it. So you have to like use a lot of fixing up for it.
I don't really like that, but yeah.
Well, apparently all the new Kickstarter they decided to put them all in Bones Black, except for the main one, which I'm not so sure I'm excited about yet.
No, not really. Not because of the experience that we already have with some of those.
I'm not a big fan of having to fix everything up. But I'd rather not have to mod everything. Especially I'd rather have something I just start painting. Where would I find it?
It's worth it, of course, but yeah, sometimes it's too much.
Did that? Go to my. Right now, I'm looking on my thing. I'm going to show it to everybody else too if I can find it. See here. I'm going to my friend. And I'm sure I'll find him here. Sure, I know where it is. Here we go. Oh, hello.
Hi.
What do we have here? Guys, is now live streaming. What in the world just happened here? We have here stream elements now live streaming painting. Did I just get? Okay, it said we're streaming live. Who just jumped on and gave us that little thing? Let me jump in here and see what happened. Looks like it just said we went live now, so that was kind of strange. Ah, okay, so we have a new follower. Hello, thank you for following.
Thanks, hey.
What I'm doing right now is I'm checking out
a miniature that we have the
miniature that was really cool, but while I'm doing that, I'm going to actually go ahead and let you guys look at him. I'm just going to close my video down for a minute so you can watch him paint while I do this, because might as well, eh? Here we go. You can go ahead and move your miniature over. You have more space. So you can watch him painting while I look this stuff up. Welcome to the stream. If you enjoy our stream, of course, follow us. Donations are never required, but they are definitely really helpful to keep this stream going. And if you really like the stream, you can subscribe for free if you have Amazon Live or Amazon Prime. And I'm going to find really, really cool fluorescent painted miniature. Remember where I saw it. I think I know. Excuse me. All right. I'm pretty sure I have it here, and very nice person. Continue. The big duck. I don't think that was the one. Double check face. I don't think it was Dr. Frost. We're going to check out some. Here we go. Him. Let's go to. Give me God. I love those guys. I think they're gonna send stuff, but they still haven't sent any miniatures yet, so we're hoping those come soon.
Yeah, because they're pretty good meat.
Yeah, they are. Here. Then Ifius. Libra. Deer. Alright, oh, maybe it's this one. Maybe this guy here. A DM. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's him. That made a really cool miniature. It's him. You're gonna be blown away when you see this.
Oh, that's pretty good. That is pretty.
Yes. But he won that one. Can you believe it? He painted it and gave it away. It's from Atlantis Miniatures. Holy crap.
Pretty good.
Here. I'm pretty sure that's the one. It was the coolest mini I've ever seen when I saw it. Just blown away. Yeah, must be. Any painting? Maybe it wasn't him. Let's see. Still need to paint. Here is. This is miniature there. Very cool.
It's pretty good. Pretty.
Yeah, who did the glow in the dark one? I really like these glow in the dark paints. I want to show how they can be used in my t-shirt over here because they can be really used to be effective. That did it. That not be him because in this. So let's go ahead and see for another painter then. Great. Who do we have watching us now? Fish now.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and show off your miniature really quick.
We're almost done here for a quick miniature. Of course, there's a lot of detail you can do, but pretty much this is it. For a quick start, this is not a contest miniature. We're making here miniatures you can play and also use quickly on your role-playing games. That's what we do normally. Because there's a lot to paint. You should see Josh's collection. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
Not a big collection yet, I don't think. Got about maybe 30.
And just hope and just wait for what is
I got
coming.
maybe 30, but I'm waiting for the 500 that are coming from Reaper. That will be a lot of paint. Right. We're going to go ahead and close down the stream now.
Yeah.
And say goodbye. So everybody,
Thanks everybody for watching.
For watching us.
Yeah, thanks you for supporting us. Yeah, I think we're gonna make a shift for another time, and next week we're gonna do it this later in the afternoon. Yeah, we hope to see you there.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to be going for a later time, probably next week. I'm thinking we can do. I'm thinking we're going to be doing is about what do you say, 3 p.m. our time?
4 to 7 or 5 to 8.
So that okay, maybe 4 to 7 because that means it'll be 5 to 8 for everybody else.
That will help. Yeah.
Right. So that's what we're thinking about doing now. We're going to be doing 4 to 7 and 5 to 8 for the new stream coming up. or the new time, and I hope you guys can enjoy it. We're going to change pretty much all the time we're doing for the chime so that you guys can all watch us at an easier time and make it, well, yeah, there's a pin up here. Excellent. Perfect. Now you can see our miniatures here right up close. They take on the wizard. Okay, excellent. Here we go. So, I hope you've enjoyed today's stream, and I look forward to next time when we come back. It's going to be quite a good time once I can see you guys coming back here, and I think I'm just rambling.
Yeah.
Alright, see you guys next time. I get this thing focused right. Proper goodbye. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful job. Excellent. Alright, see you guys later. Ciao, ciao.